Hey, this is Sky. Sunday morning. Let's get right into today's study group. I do a little study group every Sunday for warriors. If you're really just here for stories, that's fine, but maybe you guys should go back to bed. Some of us need a little extra study time. We go hard 7 days a week. We're always trying to build strength. Let's just get right into it. I have a lot to talk about. This is going to be a biker video, but it's still our study group. So I'm going over 7 things like I usually do. But these are 7 rules of a motorcycle club. Now, you don't have to be involved in the motorcycle world or to be in a motorcycle club or even really be interested in joining a motorcycle club. These rules still have value and meaning. They're transferable. I don't care if you're a frat boy from Stanford University. Pay attention, these rules have value to you. I don't care if you're a housewife from Kansas, these rules have value to you. So let's get into it. A lot of you bikers out there know these already. 7 rules of a motorcycle club. The first rule, these are in no particular order. The first rule is members must play nice. You have to get along. You have to try to get along. Conflict resolution. You can't be scrapping it out every time you have a disagreement or every time you guys want to check nuts and see who's the more alpha, see who's tougher. You can't be doing that. As a club president, if I was the leader of the club, I would not tolerate that and would inspire and encourage a culture of membership where when we see any member sees 2 members going at it in a combative way of any kind, that must be resolved peacefully and completely resolved. So there's no animosity. We don't hold grudges against other members. You solve that shit. And if you can't play nice, if you can't figure out a way to be friendly and to show love for your brothers, then you have to leave. You can't be a part of this. You're toxic. You're going to sabotage what we have, and what we have is based on brotherhood and on love. How can I trust that you're going to die for me, that you're going to ride for me, if you can't even play nice with me? So members must play nice. Again, these are transferable rules for relationships. If you're in a relationship with, and you have a family, wife and kids, you have to play nice and to encourage others to play nice. Not just tell your kids, go work it out, but you resolve that conflict and you encourage them to have each other's backs. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes. Yes, I am. We all are. So let's go to number 2. Rules of a motorcycle club. These are 7 rules. You have to ride or you're out of the club. So it's pretty basic. You have to be on that motorcycle. You have to ride it. You have to join the group functions. If you miss out on the group rides, on the club rides, why are you even in the club? What's the point of your membership? Now, in relationships, you have a duty to show up. A lot of us think that our time is just our time and we can kind of come and go as we please. That's what you think your freedom is about. And you don't really have a responsibility to others. Do you have a responsibility to your friends? To see them? Or do you only see your friends when it's convenient for you, when you feel like it? And you emerge from your cave when you feel like it, when you're not feeling anxiety or depression, and then you finally show your face. Are you one of these fair weather friends? We don't need no fair weather members in a club. If you're not down to ride, then get the fuck out. Who needs you? Can't rely on you. Number 3, rules of a motorcycle club. The club is always top priority. You have to make the group the top priority in your life. That's what matters most, is the group. Your membership in the group, your involvement with the group, being around them. That's where most of your time is spent, most of your energy is spent, and if that's not interesting to you, you shouldn't be a part of the club. If it's just a side project, a hobby, something you do once in a while, you shouldn't be in it. If it's not your number one priority, what are you doing with it? And people need to learn that with their families. A lot of people, they don't make their family the top priority. Their career might be the top priority. I know what this is like. I made my career my top priority, and my fiance left me. Don't get so wrapped up making money that you lose out on having a life. The group is number one, not your individual pursuits or your individual goals. Let's go to the next one, number 4. 100% attendance for meetings. All club meetings have to have 100% attendance. Everybody shows up for meetings. If you miss meetings, you're out of the club. Because in group meetings, family meetings, team meetings, business meetings, in meetings, that's where we decide where we're going forward on this project. That's where we decide what we're going to have for dinner, where we're going on vacation, what our life is going to be like, what the future is, how we move forward from the past, how we get over an obstacle. There's so much that's decided in the meetings, and the meetings are so incredibly important, and you have to be there. There's no excuses for that. The next one, continuing with meetings. This is number 5. And the 7 rules of a motorcycle club. Meetings have a code of conduct, and I would say that all club activity has a code of conduct. Especially in the meetings, because the meetings is where we share ideas. The code of conduct has to be one of respect. You have to allow someone to talk. You have to acknowledge what they have said before you go and to run your mouth about what you're going to say, because you want that person to feel heard, and so you guys can stay on the same track of conversation. If you just run your mouth and you're just waiting to respond, and as soon as they stop, you just jump off that cliff and unload everything because you think you're so smart, you think you're right, you may not even be on the right course. You may not truly be understanding what this person is trying to say to you. So there has to be a code of conduct. The codes of conduct are rules. So there has to be rules within the meeting. The meetings have rules. The club has rules, but within the meeting has rules. There's a code of conduct. People that have joined the military know about a code of conduct. People who have been in gangs know about a code of conduct. This is enforced. These rules are enforced. And everybody has to follow them. And if you can't follow a code of conduct during a meeting, then you are out of the club. Let's go to number 6. 7 rules of a motorcycle club. Non-members are kept away from club business. All club business is private. You don't go running your mouth about the club to other people. In fact, don't even bring the club up around other people. And if other people bring it up, answer short and sweet, vaguely, and move on. Don't talk about it much. It is something that we talk about with each other. And this is a good rule for people that are in families or in friendships, because there's always that one motherfucker who runs his mouth too much about what's going on in his family life. Telling you too much about his wife and his kids and and private stuff. And it's like, Jesus Christ, tell this to your therapist or your priest, but some stuff is just between you and your family, between you and God and your wife, and you keep that shit private. And it's the same with business. It's the same with your homeboys. There's certain conversations that you don't talk about that only happen between you and your buddies. Period. It never gets spoken around your wife or your kids or your boss or anybody, ever. Let's go to the last one. These are 7 rules of a motorcycle club. We make it difficult to join for a reason. We make it difficult to leave for a reason. You're not getting in just because you want to get in. Most likely, you don't choose us, we choose you. You don't get to just come knock on the door and say, I'd like to join your club. Get the fuck out of here. It doesn't work that way. We choose you. We recognize what is interesting about you. We want you to be around us, and we will court you, ask you, investigate you, put you through trials and tests to see if you're loyal, to see if you're worth a shit, see if you're a strong man or just some punk who gives up. It's got to be difficult to join. Because we don't want no suckers around us. We want real deal motherfuckers that are going to do this for life. You don't get to walk away. You don't get to just say, well, I'm done with this for a little bit, guys. I don't really feel like riding a motorcycle anymore. I'm just kind of over this. This was a part of my life. Look, what the fuck? How dare you? How fucking dare you? And we make it difficult to leave because why would you want to leave? Why would you join a group of brothers that are going to love you and die for you? Do anything for you? And you're going to leave? Fuck you for wanting to leave. It's all just food for thought. Have a good Sunday, guys.